Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're gonna play some more Tainted Grail Avalon, and we're gonna start exactly from where we ended last time. So if you haven't watched the previous one, you can go ahead and watch the previous one. We are doing a full playthrough of the full version of the game. The full version of the game, the developers of the game gave me early access to the full version of the game. So by the time that you see this live on my channel, around the 21st of May, which is one day before the game releases, I should pretty much have been able to finish the game pretty much. And I will also be doing a review of the game as well. I already did a review of the early access version of the game about, I don't know, about a year ago, but obviously there are gonna be some changes between the full version and the early access version, so that's why I will redo my review based on the full version of the game as well, obviously. So it seems we can actually now steal a couple of things that we couldn't steal previously, or at least take a couple of things that we couldn't take previously because we now have spoken to the quartermaster. So that actually allows us to take a couple of things that we couldn't have taken previously. So let's see, we need to talk to this, well, we don't need to talk to this guy, but I want to talk to this guy.
Boy, friend, a question. Do you know why people always stop and watch a blacksmith at work? Because he's riveting. It's good to see a new face in this sad hole.
Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master of hammers and anvils. Do you need your blade sharpened?
Okay, so this guy, we might be able to get a warm coat from him. We actually have a quest for the warm coat.
Huh. It's for Dan, isn't it? That ungrateful bastard's still on the wall.
Disagreement? Sure, you could call it that, and I guess I might have overreacted a bit.
But since Dan is on the wall and I'm here, I couldn't tell him that I get it. The prank and all. And I forgave him a long time ago. Now that I think about it, it was a hell of a prank.
Well, he was right. I am old, but inefficient stung a little bit. After all, I did my job well, and his sword is as sharp as Excalibur itself.
Well, I may not be angry with him anymore. But that doesn't mean I'll work my ass off so that his doesn't freeze. Here's an explanation of how to make it. Feel free to help him out yourself.
Okay, so we have to craft him a coat.
Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be a bit too delicate for you to handle.
Unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it, and I'll have work for you immediately. There's just not enough of them to go around. And now that we're on lockdown, there's not much demand for my services either. Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't teach you a thing or two. If you're willing to learn, that is. Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck in the keep, maybe we can make good use of that. You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemists. They're likely snatching up the corpses, using the muck to cook their weird concoctions. But perhaps you'd rather craft yourself some armor from those hides, huh? We should start with something simple. Let's see. I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the materials and get to work. And when you're done, you can bring it over so I can see what you've made.
Okay, so he gave me the recipes for a couple of things. So we can make one of these. We need more leather to craft all of it. The warm coat we can make. And then to make more leather we need deer pelts. So we should hunt some deer, even though we've already killed a couple of deer. So we will do that quest later. So we can take this warm coat to the guy.
Oh, thank you, friend. Let me repay your kindness. Even though I don't have much, I can at least tell you about something I saw a little while ago. It might be interesting for an adventurer like you. See those rocks near the shore? When it gets dark, sometimes I see a light there. I'm not sure what it could be, though. A bandit camp this close to the Horns? Impossible. The Daliata? No way. They wouldn't hide like that. Maybe something else entirely? It's probably nothing, but maybe you could find something interesting or valuable there. Farewell.
Yeah, that's not very much of a reward, to be honest. Let me just see if I can increase the volume of the talking a little bit. Okay, so that's already maximum. Maybe I can increase the volume of the game. Just 1 second, let me have a look here. Okay, it should be a little bit louder now. How the hell am I supposed to get down here now? I'm definitely gonna take damage. Oh, okay, apparently you take damage on some stuff and not any damage on other stuff. Ah, the vendors are here now, so we can sell some stuff. I can't remember which vendor is the best.
Oh, mother's tits. I've just about had it with this bunch of repressed virgins. And who might you be? You don't look like one of them.
Don't I look like a repressed virgin?
Oh, do I now? You would be too if you had to deal with those sniveling morons when they're up to something. Don't look at me like that. You don't get as far in life as I have if you can't smell bullshit from a mile away. There's something fishy going on here. But I'll get to the bottom of it. And here's a brilliant idea. You're going to help me. Straight to the point, huh? Don't worry, I'll pay you. And who knows, you might even get a discount on my wares. I just need you to go to Brandon and find out why that slime ball is pretending not to know I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting with his delivery. Although I'm pretty sure he knows this already. Right. What was I thinking? You wouldn't. You're new here, right? Shit. There's something going on, you know? They don't want anybody to know, but I can feel it. I've been doing business with the captain for years now. Then suddenly I found myself stuck here. They won't let me further in, not even to set up camp in the village. But they won't let me out either. Anyway, good luck to you. Come and visit if you need anything. You do realize you won't score any points with the Keepers by helping me, right? Those holier-than-thou soldier boys have no idea what it takes to be a merchant in this sorry world. The things we have to do sometimes aren't exactly done according to the rulebook. All right. A woman named Ness has my cargo and I need it back. I don't know where she is, but starting the search near the Arkspire seems like a good idea. And yes, you'll get paid. Just bring me the wares. Keep your head down and your purse tighter.
I'm not going to sell to her right now because I want to complete that other quest which she said might give me a discount. So I'll wait to do that. I don't know why, but the game's graphics looks like it's a little bit low quality, but I can't remember if the quality was like this in the early access version of the game. I mean, I'm running everything on Ultra. I literally put the game on Ultra, and then I just turned down certain things like motion blur and stuff like that. Otherwise, everything, like, you can't go higher than high. High is already, like, I'm clicking over there, it can't go higher. Texture quality, I'm clicking over there, it can't go higher. So we're running the game on ultra quality. Quality can't go any higher. And then we are obviously running it at 2K resolution. So I don't know why. It just feels like the quality is a little bit low, kind of. But perhaps I just am expecting more, you know? Perhaps I shouldn't expect so much from the graphics, you know? I mean, the graphics isn't bad, it's just, I don't know, I kind of almost remember the game having better graphics. But no, I must be mistaken. So let's talk to these guys just to see if we get quests from them.
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course.
You must be from Quanacht. I should have guessed right away. So, who's in charge there now? Nowhere? Never heard about it. Must be a shithole like no other. And I think I won't learn much about politics from you.
You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal. The Red Priests are also trying to get something out of it.
And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them. The Druids are out of the picture already.
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess.
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people everywhere. Damn it, you could be one of them too. Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course.
That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks.
Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just thinking out loud.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody nowhere? Hell no. It's a high-stakes game.
Power over us, of course. Over our bodies and souls. Over Avalon. Over the whole damn course of history.
You see? It takes one to know one. And that means we're just pawns. Folks like us won't change anything. But we have to talk out loud. It suits them when everyone keeps their mouth shut.
You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved in the whole conspiracy just made him up? And us peasants eventually just started to believe in it.
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it into our heads, and drilled until it finally stuck. And then they built statues, wrote books, and everything else.
Yeah? Don't tell me you're one of those fools that think that the All-Mother exists. Have you ever seen her? How do you know that we're not being lied to?
Exactly. But maybe one day you'll see the truth.
Oh, there's a nice amount of leather that I just got. Fishing, blah blah blah. That's interesting. I don't remember that the game had fishing previously. Oh, the vendor's just closed.
Welcome! In the name of our eternally reigning majesty King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Tables, I am obliged to inform you that fighting those who actively break the law and reject the rule of the crown is the duty and pride of every subject. As Camelot's representative, I will be paying a bounty of 10 gold pieces for the death of each bandit roving the area, as long as adequate proof is provided. I also recommend checking the bounty board for information on wanted criminals, especially those considered particularly dangerous. Please, state your business.
No, I actually already killed a whole bunch of them.
Really? You fought bandits and killed them? Oh, I want to hear all the details. Here's your reward, but promise you'll tell me everything. Again? You really like killing, don't you? Do you shoot them with arrows from afar, or do you prefer to get right up close and watch the light fade from their eyes? I have so many questions, but for now, here's your reward. Incredible! You are a born killer, aren't you? Instead of just taking out bandit scum, how about hunting something bigger? There's an ogre, a really nasty son of a bitch, holed up in a nearby brook. I've heard that one swing of his hammer can turn a bear into a bloodbath. As you can imagine, the keepers aren't too keen on dealing with him, even though the ogre roams just off the main road to the north. When Galahad arrives, he certainly won't be pleased. If by some miracle you manage to kill it, you'll earn Camelot's gratitude and a hefty reward. Bring me the ogre's shiny eye as proof of the kill. The brook is right off the King's Road. Here, I'll mark it on your map. You're my favorite killer. Oh, someone finally checked out the notices I was posting on the board. That's the carcass of Fingerless Comb, isn't it? They've been hunting him for the slaughter of 2 keepers, and now they finally got him. Well, you have. Here's your reward. Go chop off some heads.
Yeah, he's very maniacal for someone who claims to be a priest.
That's correct. My name is Lillian. I was sent here from the capital to see how the Horns of the South are handling the bandit problem, and also to encourage the keepers to fight. The situation with the Pict and Del Rita savages is precarious. Too bad we can't get rid of them as easily as we did with the Druids. There have also been rumors that we might soon have a civil war on our hands, so Camelot cannot afford to spread our forces too thin. Well, you've probably heard about the Druids making human sacrifices by stuffing people into wicker puppets and setting them on fire. Well, the people decided to give them a taste of their own medicine. They rounded them all up and then sent them up in smoke. Oh, how they must have howled and sizzled. Too bad I couldn't see it. Most of them, the survivors have supposedly taken refuge with savages in the woods, and one of them is rumored to be hiding in the Horns area. But whether that was before or after the Charred Conclave, I don't know. Would you like to hear about him? His name was Slaudiarg. He was lurking near Bloodlake, a small pond where they used to throw the bodies of executed convicts. They say he would fish them out and use his magic to turn them into undead monsters. Supposedly, he started needing some fresher corpses, so he slaughtered one of the keepers. The Horns organized a manhunt. They found him and sentenced him to death. People say that the moment his body touched the surface of Bloodlake, the water turned red and it's been scarred since that day. Some say that Slaudiarg came back from the dead and seeks revenge. But if you ask me, it's just a tale by local simpletons. None so far. The keepers don't want to risk being turned into pincushions for a mere 10 gold pieces. Besides, the captain banned them from leaving the Horns of the South without a good reason. Too many bandits and not enough keepers. Well, Camelot would send a group of knights with Sir Galahad at the head, and he's not interested in half measures. He'd probably burn down half the garrison, or hang them. He's done both. By the way, did you know that people who are hanged rarely die from strangulation? Usually the sudden jolt causes the backbone to snap, which separates the head from the body. A while ago I saw someone hanged in the village, and it's true. One snap, and it's done. No matter what you say about him, he's very efficient. Brutal, even by my standards, but efficient. Oh, sure, plenty. Did you know that apparently if you cut off someone's head, they don't die straight away, but remain conscious for a few moments? If someone dies in a damp, closed-off space, sometimes, but very rarely, their body creates a thin layer of wax on the surface of the skin. I heard that a body decomposes in water 4 times faster than on land. I need to think. If I remember anything, I'll let you know.
All of this quote-unquote priests stuff has to do with dead bodies and stuff.
So here's some friendly advice, free of charge. If you're seeking scum to slay, you'll find bandits in the ruins of a merchant settlement nearby. It's worth visiting if you haven't already.
Oh, 1,000 experience. So what, can you just stand here constantly and chop wood and get basically free resources or what? Oh. Okay, so you can only chop the amount that was lying on the ground already.
Stay quiet. Stay safe. Bloody seagulls! Can you hear me? You flying vermin! Just try landing here and I'll pluck your asses clean. A keep by the sea. What a great idea that was. And what do you want? I'm fixated. Me! Oh, you didn't see what they did to me a week ago. I was just standing watch as usual, and then, suddenly, splat. A dozen of them flying overhead, screeching, shitting and whatnot. So, I yelled what I think about them, shaking my fist. And then another 4, splat! And they kept screeching. I tell you, they're laughing at me. I spent all night cleaning my armor. Sewell didn't think it through when he decided where to put the keep, mark my words. And I don't like how you seem to think I'm a fool. So, what now? Should I shit on you for that? I once managed to shoot a few. I thought they'd learned their lesson and wouldn't be flying over here anymore. And guess what they did? They kept shitting with increased force. Like they're planning it. Vengeful scoundrels. I need to try a different strategy. Find something that will make them feel real terror. Like the way crows are afraid of scarecrows in fields. I'm sure seagulls also have something that scares them. We just need to find out what it is. A fee? I'm not asking you to hunt down a monstrosity from Grubwood or the Sunken Village. Ah, whatever. As you wish. You'll get your fee. You must think yourself an expert, damn you. I just need you to bring me some kind of a bird scarer. They'll learn their lesson and keep away from me. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anyone crazy enough to take up something like this. There is one guy in the museum, Riderick. He's supposed to know everything.
Were you at the pledge? I didn't see you. Yeah. Victory over health. Honor over life. Yeah. Bandits, tribes, Sodomol. Sleep, damn it, is the worst son of a bitch I ever fought. No sleeping, no. The service is eternal. Where would we be if Seawall took naps all the time? You need to serve, not... I shut my eyes for about 15 minutes every day. Sometimes 20. Besides, a true keeper doesn't sleep. He keeps watch. The Old Mother will reward me after I'm dead. But I'm not gonna lie. That potion from Eber, our physician, works miracles. You could stand on the walls all day and night and not even think about closing your eyes. What? Listen, pal, I never asked. I just came in the evenings when I was getting sleepy and took it. And then Yan put it somewhere else. Keeper's vigor. Good stuff. Shows what you know. Once more, call to this glorious service by the grace of the sea.
Okay, I think we've done a fair amount of exploring. There's like the lighthouse tower, but everything over there that we can still go do and stuff like that, but I think it's fine. We will come back later. For now, let's go chop some heads. I actually don't think I'm going to use the horse, but we can anyway summon the horse when we want to, so we don't actually need to have the horse with us constantly. We can just summon the horse.
Off the leash, are we? They must have had their fun with you. Who had you as their plaything? The judge? The druids? Some band of cutthroats? Ah, but it doesn't matter now, that you're free. You look wretched, and you smell like death. I've seen people like you before. Broken, worn down, dragged through the mud. If you've had enough of it all, I could grant you an honorable death. In a proper duel, you lived like a cur, but you could die like a knight. Wouldn't that be just splendid? Just say the word. I'm more than happy to oblige.
It looks like he's fighting imaginary wolves, maybe. Like my wolves are summoned, but I can't see them. Okay, well, that was easy enough, but I think he was fighting my imaginary wolves. I don't know if my wolves are bugged out or what's going on, because I do have my wolves summoned right now, but obviously they're not showing up or anything like that. I can't remember if I've been in this direction over here. Oh yes, I have been. Okay, so we don't need to go over there again. Okay, why can't I attack right now? There we go. Yeah, I don't see my wolves at all, so I guess my wolves are bugged out, so let's re-summon them. Antler fragment. Okay, so I need to kill a couple more deer. I remember there was a shrine over here as well.
Fool, it's always the same with you. Beat them up first, ask questions later, damn it. And now we have no gold, no nothing, just a pile of old stones and a dead body.
No, come off it. Let's just take what he had and let's get out of here.
What he didn't have shut. A piece of iron and a slip of paper. You can't even wipe your ass with it. And you said you were supposed to be some great lord. The shrine over here required something specific, I remember. Oh, okay, so I fortunately had the correct requirements.
I remember the range, the attack range of the ice spells in the early access build of the game was much longer than the blood or the fireball. So that seems to still be true. So if you want to do a ranged engagement, then the ice spell is very, very good for that. There we just got another ice spell. And I remember there was a very big strong dude. Ah, there he is. Yeah, there was a very big strong dude here. Let's first kill this guy over here. Where the hell are my wolves? Fucking wolves suck sometimes. Like, sometimes the wolves just do fuck all. And there was a witch over here, supposed to be, but I see now... she's not here. So we could increase our spell power by 10%. We could get some more critical. I can't remember what we wanted to go for otherwise. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. Stealth was also very good, and I do remember that you could do stealth attacks with sneak bonuses against enemies with magic. Or at least that is how it was in the early access build. This will also be pretty nice, preventing lethal damage. We can definitely go for that one. I don't really intend doing heavy investment into stealth, but something like that where you can resist a killing blow, that will be nice for any build really. He fucking one-hit all of my wolves, so I didn't even bother resummoning my wolves. Yeah, I have to say these wolves are sometimes really useless because, like, they just stand around. Like there, this guy was trapped in a corner, and yet only one of my wolves was actually actively attacking him, and the other two were just standing there, fingering their buttholes the whole time. Like, what's the use of having minions, but the minions don't even attack half of the time? If you could maybe get ranged minions, that might be nice, you know, like, I don't know, skeleton mage or something like that, so we can maybe look at getting something like that eventually, but for right now, I mean, the wolves do serve a purpose, you know, they are a good distraction, but otherwise than that, it really comes down to me to do the majority of the damage, to be honest. Mana regen, that's pretty good, but do we want critical hit chance rather? 0.3 mana regen is not amazing. That's like less than 10% extra mana regen. Yeah, let's go for the mana regen. Okay, the guy doesn't want to talk to us. Yeah, doesn't want to talk to us at all.
So much for a secluded cave keeping visitors away. Seems like there's no one on this island to hide in peace. Oh well, since you're here, I have an important question. Do you have any food? I promise to answer all of your questions, no matter how annoying or asinine they might be. But first, do you have any food? Oh dear. Yes, food. That stuff you put in your mouth to make sure your body doesn't wither and die, you know? Fish, meat, vegetables, bread. Oh, some bread would be especially nice. But I'll take anything, really.
Do I actually have bread?
Thanks. I'll be forever indebted to you. But don't expect much. The only payment I can offer you is seashells, or, you know, access to an infinite well of ancient druidic wisdom. I'd rather you choose wisdom. I threw out my collection of seashells a few days ago after I stepped on them with my bare feet. Much better. Time for a nap. Oh, except you're still here. Oh no, don't tell me you still have questions.
Well, I live here, obviously.
Why not? It's a perfectly good cave, albeit a bit drafty and damp. Well, it could be better, to be honest, but we can't all live in mansions, can we? The same way you did, I presume. Am I? That's odd. No one ever accused me of that before. Well, I guess that's what living alone in a cave does to your conversational skills. My name is Drest, and I am the local hermit. I don't understand your skepticism. I live alone in a cave, collect seashells, and occasionally talk to crabs. What else could I be? But didn't you know? There are no more druids. The mob rounded them all up, stuffed them into a giant wicker man, and lit a fire. Their screams could barely be heard over the roaring flames, but the stench of the burning flesh easily overwhelmed the smell of blazing wicker. Its glow painted the sky in reds and yellows for the entire night. Don't be silly. How could I have been there if I'm here now? Some years ago? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Can we change the subject? I'm sure there are more interesting things we could be talking about.
Now, where's all of my wolves? I don't have an oxygen bar right now for some reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, so even though my oxygen bar was not showing up, I still had an oxygen bar. I almost thought you could maybe glitch the oxygen bar so that it doesn't appear, like, so that it doesn't have an effect, but apparently not. You can just glitch it so that it doesn't show up anymore. I think this was the place that you get shot by arrows. I remember there was the one town on the beach coast where you get shot by arrows. So let's see if this is the one. It looks like it. Yeah, this was definitely the one. But there's no arrows right now, so I guess the developers changed something.
Buy something or bugger off. Unless you've already bought from Orla. Then just bugger off. Pursue potential customers. Listen here, pal. Clearly you don't understand how trading works in a place like this. I've no idea where you come from, but here, it's the potential customer who needs to pursue the vendor. And that vendor decides to sell to them, or not. It's the vendor who makes the decision, not the other way around. How many people here do you think are offering to exchange goods for coins? I'll tell you, not bloody many. Yeah, Orla. A woman merchant from the keep. Go on, try giving her your money. I bet she'll just shortchange you and call it a day. She has no wit and no finesse when it comes to trading.
It's funny that he specifies it by saying a woman merchant, as if that's like worse, you know. I'm sure in their days, in the olden days, they thought that was worse, you know. It's like saying a woman doctor, like there's no fucking difference.
I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. She stole a lucrative business contract out from under me and my family, then made herself at home here. Damn those Timberwall merchants. Everyone's always yammering about Timberwall. Timber this, timber that. Bugger them all. Remember, good business, only with Quanacht. Fair prices, no bullshit. I just told you, a business contract. It's an agreement, two sides. One sells, the other pays. Sometimes you can also exchange material goods, a barter transaction. But anyway, it fell through. The captain'd rather deal with that woman. Good riddance to him. Well, it's all water under the bridge now. Yes, Quanacht. From a merchant family, to be specific. Though I've always wanted to join the Royal Geographers. To chart the uncharted. But I broke my leg, badly enough that I couldn't travel anymore. After the accident, I was stuck at home, sitting on my ass and looking after the books. It was driving me crazy. Not what I wanted from life. When that contract I told you about fell through, I stayed here for a bit. Lost track of time. My brother got worried, so he came looking for me. I told him I'm not going back empty-handed. So he said we might as well do business here then. He helped me set up the shop and left for home. You've never heard of them? They're a guild of explorers, dating back to the Age of Legends. They travel across Avalon, documenting all the lost and forgotten places, crawling through hidden caves, discovering old ruins. That's what LSA and I dreamed of. Though, only one of us got to live it. Well, a friend from back home. It was a long time ago. We were both snot-nosed kids who didn't know any better. We'd run around Connacht, drawing maps of every corner we could find. And on the farms, LSA insisted on marking every stone in the fields. My mother used to get on my ass for wasting so much paper and charcoal. Ah, good times. She got in with the geographers, started running errands for them. Well, it was right after my accident. I might have acted a bit rashly. Said some things I shouldn't have. You know how it goes. We stopped talking, and then she left Connacht. Haven't seen her since.
Yeah, you sound like a dickhole to me.
Oh yeah? Maybe you wouldn't know a good thing if it bit you right in the ass. I swear, people these days. First thing I did when I arrived was ask the locals what this village is called. And they just said, wait for it, the village. There's also a sunken village nearby. So I asked them what that one was called, and they said, the sunken village. So I asked what it was called before it was flooded, and they told me, the village. How do you even work with that?
Scouting? What's scouting? Okay. Interesting.
What do you want? Who are you?
Okay, nothing apparently. You really want nothing. Okay, well, there's nobody in here, so I guess I can steal as much as I want.
What do you want? To gawk at the beast? Well, I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the monster you all believe him to be. So you really don't know? If you're not from here, I'm not sure what could have brought you to this hellhole. But you have my sympathies. Just know that Cole isn't like that. Something is poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole. But now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers. One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comments slip. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard for everyone. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice. Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen him like that before. He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very differently. Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards.
How can you bite someone and put them in a serious condition? Did he bite him on the dick, or what the hell was... Like, where did he bite him? Either the neck or the dick. Those are the only two possibilities to put someone in a serious condition from biting.
Surprising, isn't it? It seems that Quartermaster Fergus banned any kind of vigilante behaviour. And the local healer said he wants to make sure whatever made Cole this way isn't contagious. So as long as that question remains unanswered, we're at a standstill. But honestly, if anything happens to that keeper, I have no doubt Cole will be killed and will be thrown out of the keep. This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the Arch Spire. In the morning, we realized everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different for each of us. Cole started acting weird after that, and in time, it only got worse. No, only that, well, he didn't make much sense, but he was convinced that something bit him. He kept checking. It must have been some bug. Something changed by the weirdness that must have caused his fever, his insanity. I was in a strange place. Dark. Full of fog. Eerie. I was trying to find him. I called out, but no one answered. I was alone in the night, and then I kept falling, and falling, and falling. And then I woke up. We set up camp near the Arch Spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now I know why we could have been right. With everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
Yeah, he's not gonna answer.
Bloody hell, look at this! The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Oh, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here. And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders? What do you take me for? A senile old idiot? I know that my boy keeps sending all of you little pissants to snoop around his old man. Oh, how worried he must be. Ho ho. How did you all get it into your stupid heads that I am ill, huh? That's bullshit. Everyone's going on about how old Gabon's gonna keel over any time soon. And me? Still here, ain't I? Arseholes. I'm old enough to know what I'm talking about. I served my time. I've lived my life. And now you can all kiss my arse. So there. I swear, each one's dumber than the last. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me. So there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time. Why the sudden interest? Maybe if you bring me a drink, I'll humor you. Ah. So, what was your question? Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most. Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk. I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit. What's got you so nosy? Pour me a drink and I might open up. Ah. So, what was your question? That's what he says anyway. But yeah, he's my blood. Eager like me, and look at that bulbous nose. Won't disown what's clearly mine. But I ain't gonna talk with a stranger. It's like half the blighters here don't have working peckers, or they've never even touched a woman. Ah, getting a bit curious, I see. Hand me a drink, and I'll answer. Maybe. Ah. So, what was your question? You see, back in the day, being a keeper was a serious business. Now, don't even get me started. You used to come here with a mission, not to run away from your bloody mother. Nowadays, lads get brought here by their own kin when they've had enough of them, or they think the Orns can hide them from the law. No, back in my day there was none of this scum. I came here to serve. My girl cried when I left her, but I've always known this is where I wanted to be. How was I supposed to know she had a bloody bun in the oven? By the time the wean was born, I was already planning the lighthouse's construction. Heck knows what he came here for. That's not my problem anymore, and I don't stick my nose in anyone else's business. Getting a bit too interested, aren't you? Bring a drink over, and I might share. Ah. So, what was your question? I'm starting to like you, stranger. And trust me, it's been a long time since I liked, well, anybody. I like me brothers in arms back in my glory days. Good lads, every damn one of them. Tough as nails, loyal to a fault. A kind of men you'd want beside you in the darkest holes of Avalon. But they're gone now, all of them. The old captain got it in his head to send us down to rediscover some mouldy tunnels under the keep. Damn fool mission that was. We went in together, but I was the only one to come back out. I can still see all their faces when I close my eyes. A hard loss it was, but I'm still here. Oh, some days I wonder why. What's with all the questions? Get me a drink and maybe I'll consider talking.
This guy's gonna drink like 10 fucking beers.
So, what was your question? Those tunnels, right. Well, me and the lads went down there to check if we could repurpose them under the Horns. Damn fool mission that was. But here wasn't just some empty caves. There were monsters, straight out of Age of Legends. Sick stuff. Stuff to get under your skin. Looked like... hell, memory's all twisted up now. Like a bloody nightmare mixed with shadows that don't belong. Wanna know more? Speak with Fergus. He's in charge of this shit show now. Now, I propose a toast to those lost souls. This one's on me. Peace, you say. Problem is, sometimes I think they never died. They haunt me in my dreams, you know. Bloody bastards. I swear I wanted to go back and retrieve their bodies. But our late captain, like Grindelows piss on his grave, forbade me from going back. But when I drink, I usually pass out, and then I don't remember my dreams. So, I drink. My brothers deserved better.
Yeah, well, you got like 6 or 7 beers out of me. It's amazing you're still awake. Is he seriously just gonna shake his head?
Who are you? Another refugee? This place is already crawling with your lot. It's like a Camelosian privy after a feast. In my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. And maybe we didn't all love each other, but a local is a local. It was easier to share with others, even when you didn't have much. That's so. Fine. Whatever you say. But yeah, I could see that you don't really look like one of them. Just passing through then. Shame it had to be now. Not so long ago, we'd have sat down and had a drink with the rest of the lads. Now I come here alone. I don't know, but you could put something on the table.
and then maybe we can talk.
Holy shit, this guy as well. You have to bribe him with fucking alcohol.
Thank you. That's better. We used to come here, the three of us. Me, Berg, and Fedley. But lately, something's gotten into Berg, and it all kinda fell apart. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him, but he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obla? I feel bad for him, but I've got no more patience. And Finley? Let's just say Finley's no good at this stuff. Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually sits alone by the sea. Let me know what's wrong with him.
Yeah, he's the guy that I was talking to earlier, but he didn't want to say anything. Wolves, fuck off. I want to steal over here. Come on, wolves, go away. The wolves really like pushing you around. And they can't just fucking sit still. I don't know why the developers made it so that the wolves are constantly walking around. They can just sit still over there. Like, give them a sitting still animation. Shit. I got pushed into the thing. Okay, and I can't move. Literally, I'm pressing everything I can. I can't dodge, I can't jump, I can't sprint, I can't do anything. Super fantastic. There's no unstuck. Oh, there. Ah, fortunately, the developers thought about that kind of stuff. Because holy hell, that would not be fun.
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag. I'm not sure. I don't mean to say that you peasants all look the same, but you have to understand it's quite difficult for people like me to tell anyone apart in this dreariness. Especially since there seems to be so many people like you here. I thought the South was supposed to be more secluded.
I'm like wearing battle armor with the fucking staff and shit. Like, how can she seriously think I'm a peasant?
Well, I'm sorry if you felt offended. I won't bother you anymore. Well,
Out of my way, you bastard.
You seen all the refugees coming from the nearby villages? They're trying to get away from the bandits and the weirdness.
Aye, I've seen them. Can't blame them for wanting some safety. With bandits and the weirdness creeping closer, who wouldn't be scared?
There may be, but I don't trust strangers. They could be bringing trouble with them. Never know what kind of folk you're letting in.
You're always suspicious. They're just trying to survive, same as the rest of us. Besides, where else would they go?
Speaking of the refugees, you hear about that one Cole? Looks like he's ill or something.
Aye, I heard. Poor lad's in rough shape, but thank the All-Mother it's not the Red Death. We couldn't deal with that here.
Still don't sit right with me. Sick folks in a crowded place? It's a risk, it is.
Maybe, but what are we gonna do? Turn them away? We've all got our burdens to carry.
I want to see if you can disable the subtitles, because I remember you couldn't disable the subtitles previously in the early access version. Ah, there we go. So, fortunately, you can disable it now. Previously, you couldn't disable subtitles at all. So that's a small improvement at least, because it was really irritating that you could never disable the subtitles.
Ever since the flooding, nobody's been out there.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. The whole place is forgotten.
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I've tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer? You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon. Oh, biding my time, until a brave adventurer with a death wish comes along and asks if there's anything they can help me with. Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child? I came to the Horns of the South because I found a fascinating book. It referred to a certain object. A figure, most likely, which has the ability to dispel the wordness like a menhir can. Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area. However, when I asked those nincompoops about it, they just laughed at me. They said that the Andraste wasn't carrying anything of value, and even if it was, they wouldn't freeze their butts off in those chilly waters. The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal? And they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on, chop, 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 get to reading.
Fantastic. A quest that involves reading. So I'm obviously not going to read all of that. We should be able to complete the quest without reading, to be honest. I'm just going to take a very quick break.
And? Have you read The Last Voyage of the Andraste? Oh, splendid, splendid. Oh, it's an excellent book, don't you think? Now, let's test your reading comprehension. According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship. Do you remember what that was, child?
Holy crap, okay. So this is clearly like... I thought maybe it would be 50-50, but this is like a 25%. Let's see.
That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness. According to Elvis's description, the figure is smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship without any trouble. Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated it should be about 1 meter tall. Good. Next question. What was the Andraste's destination?
Holy crap.
And you're telling me you've read it? By the All-Mother, it's like dealing with a 10-year-old. You need to read this book a little more. Come back when you've done.
Yeah, so clearly you actually need to read the bloody book, which is a pain in the nutsack. So, horns to the south, horns of the south. They go to the island asylum. Okay, let's try that again.
Have you read? Good. What? Correct. Be very careful with what I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness instead of the Red Death. Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for a four-dweller artifact. Last question. What sank the Andraste?
Well, they said that they might have ran into the rocks, but they also mentioned a sea monster.
Yes, you did well, child. I can see that you were paying attention. According to Elvis, the Andraste was sunk by the legendary terror from the deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be much better informed. Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the mysterious figure. Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but where exactly? Fortunately, I know something that could help us. In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, barbarians. Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure such a competent child as yourself will handle it much better. Go to the Horns of the South Museum, read the logbook, and then tell me whether you managed to locate the wreck of the Andraste.
All of my wolves are stuck in there, it seems. Oh, there's my other ones. You see, that's how I would like the wolves to be. Just standing still, not fucking walking all over the place, constantly making noises, bumping into stuff, clipping me through the walls, you know. Just nice, peaceful doggies, blocking the other NPCs. That's fine. You can block the other NPCs, just don't block me.
Oi, you're not from around here, are you? Come on, sit down and tell me something about the world out there. Don't know. If I knew what to ask, I'd have asked it already. Now that I believe. Everywhere's a mess, even here. I remember when we were held in the same regard as Camelot. Look at us now. They're taken in wimps. It's nothing like the old days. You bet they were. It's all been falling apart ever since they put Captain Brendan in charge. That one's got two coins where his eyes should be, if you ask me. Doesn't care about anyone or anything. He's just looking out for his own skin. Worst captain I ever served under, no doubt. Not that I serve anymore. I'm retired now. Filth everywhere. And it reeks of fish. Everyone's terrified of the weirdness. It's hard to believe I've lived long enough to see times like these. Not that long ago, we used to scare kids with stories about the weirdness. Now, grown men wet themselves if we tell the same tales. Honestly, I'm done with it all. I don't even recognize this world anymore. And I don't want to. Don't even get me started. Fergus always claims he's busy, but for the life of me, I can't figure out what he actually does. Probably just pretends to work. I talk to Riderick from the museum sometimes, but that one's a real know-it-all. We always end up arguing about how things used to be. If you ask me, they're all just as bad as each other. It's never gonna be the same again. My brothers are gone, and I'm left here, all alone. Huh? Of course I do. In my day, it wasn't sunken. It was a beautiful, lively place. Pilgrims would visit the All-Mother's Temple and Excalibur, and end up in the village. It broke my heart when I heard about the flooding. They say the Druids caused it, but who really knows? It doesn't matter now, who did or didn't do what. It's over, that's all. We had a beautiful tradition. Choosing new keepers was done differently back then. You had to lie down and sleep in a special spot. But that's all I'm gonna say. It's a secret, and it looks like it'll die with me. Now go on, leave me, like everyone else has. There's nobody left with any sense to talk to.
I literally just talked to you a whole bunch, and now you're basically saying that I'm not even talking to you. This is a lovely carpet with like a bloody demon dude on it. Lovely carpet to make your tavern look nicer.
You really shouldn't have done that.
Who's talking to me?
Beer from Kunacht, wine from Farshire, moonshine, only local, the best there is. And fish, lots and lots of fish. What's your poison?
This guy's name is Ron. Fucking Ron Weasley, more like it.
Stale fish? Yeah. Look around. You're in the capital of fresh fish. Unless you're buying from Heffen. I can't vouch for him. Here though, take your pick. All today's catch. You mean the old pier? Well, first of all, it's not that old. Brennan was already the captain when it was built. Why is it called that? Don't know. Probably because of all those old folks around. A lot has been happening here lately. Plenty of new faces. I definitely can't complain. I'm finally running a proper tavern. People come and go and the regulars drink as usual, as it should be. Daddy will be proud. Hey, not here, obviously. You won't see your old man here unless your name's Dara. Mine sent me here because he hoped I'd make something out of my life. He never wanted me to pour a beer and look at the same tired mugs day in, day out, but as it turns out, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I got mauled by a weird-beast during a hunt, and after that, the captain decided I wasn't any good for active service, so he sent me here. I was bored out of my mind, and since there wasn't one here, I decided to start a tavern. At least I'm not as bored anymore.
Why is bread so bloody expensive? A pancake gives you more health, but the bread is 4 times as expensive. Like, what the hell?
Oi, Noel! What if I pulled Excalibur from that stone, but it broke, but only at the tip? Would I still get to be king, or not?
You're so daft, Randall. Some magical lass living in a lake gave the king the sword when he broke his own bashing four-armed skulls.
So, the one in the stone, what's that called? It's not Excalibur, is it?
Nah, the one in the stone was called, don't know. Sword in the stone, I guess.
Sod it, whatever. So, if I pulled the sword in the stone from the, stone, and it broke, but only a little, would I still get to be king?
What? No. You'd have to...
So where's this dude? He was standing over here, but I guess now, because it's night time, I guess he went inside. Okay, well, I will probably come back here at a later time. Holy shit, you can actually buy a house. I wonder what would be the reason for buying a house. Like, what would be the actual gameplay benefit apart from just the novelty of it, you know? What would be the actual benefit? I mean, I do have enough money to buy it right now, so we could definitely buy it. I just wonder, like, what do you actually get? Let's save and then let's buy it. Why not? So is that literally all you can do? You can like refurbish the place. That's pretty stupid, to be honest. I mean, it cost me like half of my money. But, I mean, I guess it's okay, you know? Just for the novelty of being able to say that I own something. But I would have liked it if there was actually some kind of a benefit, you know? Out of the fucking way, wolves. Come on. Yeah, that's basically that. Like, it really is just a novelty. There's no real gameplay benefit that you can get from it, it seems. I don't think there's any alchemy skills, are there? Well, there's that, which will require less alcohol. So I guess we can take that before we start crafting a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, overall the crafting is pretty disappointing. Or the housing is pretty disappointing.
Guess he's got nobody else to get pissed with. Finley never liked drinking alone with him. Tagden tends to get into one of his moods. And? What? That's all? You're bothering me just because that old rascal is sitting alone in the inn with nobody to natter to. You people, bugger off.
Okay, that wasn't very successful. So now we probably have to talk to the guy again.
Decent. Or we had. Now soft. You will. get moving then.
Okay, but didn't you ask me to go talk to the guy? So what? Who do I have to talk to next? Finley. Where's Finley? Who the hell is Finley? Who the hell is Finley? Oh, is he inside there? Or is Finley... Isn't Finley the guy who is mute? The mute guy? He's supposed to be standing over here, but he's obviously not standing over here. Unless he's on the bloody roof. Because the quest marker shows right over there where Finley was standing previously. Ah, there we go. Come Finley, wake up. You're not at your post where you're supposed to be. Yeah, we're not gonna get too much out of him. Sorry Finley, but I'm gonna loot your chest. Visit the place marked on the map. Where's that? Finally marked the place on my map. Where is it? Over there. Oh, okay. That's very far away.
My poor Morris. I hope he's surviving out there. Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place, but we don't always get to choose, do we? What a nasty business with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't here for this. He's such a bleeding heart. A dream? Oh, yes. There was one, but I don't quite remember what it was about. I'm sorry, dear. Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the road keeper, and now poor Cole's locked up in a cage. Him and Patrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age. I'm sorry, dear. I hope I didn't offend you. I'm still not used to all this. You see, I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there, working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my beloved in the evenings. We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us a choice, does it? That's what people say, but I never agreed. I weathered many storms with my Morris, coming out stronger each time. Avalon taught us to cherish the little joys of our everyday life. Without those lessons, we wouldn't have survived what happened to our village. Little Grove was raided by bandits, a local gang that had been terrorizing the area for months, growing in numbers with each raid. Their leader, Bald Kate they called her, somehow got hold of a branding iron used to mark outlaws. After pillaging a village, she'd brand some men and women of her choosing. That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them, and that they'd have no choice but to turn to her if they wanted to survive. My Morris used to be a skilled tanner. I guess that's why she picked him.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, why would branding the people mean that they would not receive help from the villagers or whoever else? You know, why? That just doesn't make sense. Like, the bandit person, Bald whatever, Bald Kate, branded people, and then those people, for some reason, some illogical reason, couldn't live in the keep or wherever they wanted to live. So they had to turn to Bald Kate. How does that make any sense logically? That's not a very well written story.
It is, isn't it? Kate is nothing if not resourceful. It's a shame she doesn't put that talent into helping people instead of hurting them.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. The keeper at the gate turned Morris away because of the brand on his face.
Why?
I left with him, but I was sick and exhausted from the journey, so I promised to join him when I got better. Except now, I've no idea where to find him.
Why would the keepers turn away someone just because they have a brand? What is the logic?
No. He only promised that he'd find somewhere safe, but I'm not sure if there is any such place left in the south. Oh, Mother bless you, my dear. That's all I could ask for. Please, let me know as soon as you learn anything. Take care of yourself, love.
This entire quest doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Wish I'd stayed asleep.
I hate the fact that the jumping height in the game is so low.
Nothing changes. Nothing ever will.
You've come to put me in the cage. Sorry. Just a bit of grim humor. You know, about what's been happening here. Such a mess, isn't it? Cola's alright, and Beatrice, what a shame. Such a fine girl. Anyway, I'm Ellis. Nice to meet you. What do you need? Aye, there was a dream. Strangest bloody thing out of all the strange shite I've seen. When we woke up, we realised that every one of us had a weird night. I was out in the wild. I had this feeling like something was chasing me. But it was Col who really had it rough. Poor sod was moping around afterwards like he'd been hit by a sack of bricks. No, he didn't talk to me or anyone else in the group. Guess he didn't want us to worry. Especially his lass. Yes and no, to be honest. See, Col has always been quick to anger, especially when things went sour. And back then, an awful lot of things were going to shite. But this time, I don't know. It felt different. He didn't even bother chatting with Beatrice. Normally, they're a good couple. A real match, if you ask me. Well, I'm Ellis. Goldsmithing is my life and passion. And between you and me, I feel like I'm losing my mind without it. When I hold tools and make beautiful things, it feels like I can bring some light into this wretched world. I wish I was somewhere where I could just do some goldsmithing, but I'm a bit scared. So, here I am, sitting on my ass in some village listening to waves and the screams of seagulls and old men. Nothing to write home about, even if I still had one. I was working as a goldsmith in a group of, let's call them business people. I was once traveling with a caravan that got attacked by him. Their chief was a smart guy. The moment he heard I was a goldsmith, he knew what to do with me. He got me converting all the jewelry they stole into new pieces. Do you want to hear what I did once? We went to Timberwall. The gang wanted to rob some merchant's house. We holed up in a seedy tavern and waited for the right moment. Then, one night they broke in. Came back with a whole load of trinkets. Beautiful stuff. The moment I saw it all, I instantly knew what I wanted to craft. They gave me a couple of days. Tinkered for a bit, and then, ta-da! Brand new merchandise. After I was finished, I dressed myself all nice. Went to that merchant's house and went, "Good morning, kind sir. I'm a goldsmith. My work is renowned in all of Camelot. Would you be interested in what I have to offer?" You know what he said? Of course I would. That nonce bought the entire lot, even though I inflated the prices like a street peddler. And when I came back, the others couldn't believe their eyes. I thought I was gonna keel over. I miss that.
Didn't think anyone would stop by. I've already told you I'm not going anywhere. If you want something from me, then... Oh. I don't know you. I'm Dugald. You're not one of us. And you're not local either. You could have chosen a better time to come here. Kind of poor ambience, if you know what I mean. Well, at least we have a roof over our heads. What? Ah, yes. The people are making a fuss over nothing. A dream is just a dream. No need to dwell on it.
Yeah, but not if everyone had the same fucking dream.
And this...
Something happened. Frang listens. Frang doesn't know dream. Frang calls them visions. And yes, Frang had one not long ago. Alone, surrounded by wolves. They were no aggressive, so Frang felt no fear. It was they who feared Frang. Then, I caught the scent of blood and followed it. But I didn't reach the end. The vision stopped. Now, Frang waits for the next one, to see what's ahead. Frang was never a dull reader. And if that... I'm not... There are... And that's not what's neat. But Frang... But... The keep I'm...
Yeah, these guys are just random babblers. They don't actually give you any real information. So I'm not going to talk to them. Or at least I'm not going to listen to what they're saying, because they're just saying nonsense.
Still here, still breathing. Still here, still breathing. Thought I'd be alone today. The sun doesn't rise the same anymore.
Oh, Mother have mercy. Not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to make any trouble? That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people. Ah, yes, that old house. That place has been empty for years. The story goes, the last owner, Keeper Galen, threw himself into the sea one stormy night. Some folks whisper of curses or restless spirits, but I say it's just talk. The captain put it up for sale ages ago, but no one's had the guts or sense, if you ask me, to take it. If you're thinking of buying it, go for it. Make it your home.
Every house deserves someone to fill it with life again.
No, well, I didn't see any ghosts in there.
The deck? Nah, just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bent started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of? You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor. Not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets. Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But, yeah, I like imagining places where things fit. Where chairs don't wobble, tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds, well, beds don't feel like they're plotting your murder while you sleep. Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Tiernan the Grumbler. But, hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs.
So none of these probably have a practical use, if I would imagine. Look it up, 2,000 for these ones, 3,000, 4,000. Holy schmoly. Repair the pier. $50 wood. Where the holy hell am I supposed to get 50 wood? How much do I have right now? Uh, 35. So I need about another 15. So I will probably come back and do this later because I'm not gonna actually spend money on something as stupid as that. Especially since a single piece of wood costs 18 gold, I think.
Hey, you're heading to the village, right?
No.
Tiernan should let you in. Take this medicine to my father, will you? Goban is a loud man. You shouldn't have trouble finding him. I can see from the look on your face, you've already met that little ray of sunshine. Forget I asked. He told that tale about the tunnels more times than I can count. To anyone who'll listen. But these days, it seems nobody does anymore. I've heard it plenty of times already, believe me. To him, those old friends of his were everything. They meant more than his own son, that's for sure. He'd go on and on about it. If I'd been there, if I'd gone with him, he won't let it go. Sometimes I think that if Fergus had let him go into those tunnels and meet the same end as his brothers, he might have found his peace. Or at least quit drinking. Because he received orders not to let any keeper through without a pass. And I don't have one. I've already used mine. Guess what I used it on? That's right, bringing medicine to my father. When that Egypt gets an order, he's like a priest who stumbled into an archie. He's got a stick up his ass. Nothing gets through him. It's no secret. He's just an old, bitter man who hates the entire world. And I'm a part of it, so, well, it is what it is. That's all. Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? He got me before he joined the Horns. Serves me right for wanting to find him, stupid son of a bitch. If only I knew what it would entail. I don't know. Trade pick? I wouldn't. A woman old enough. Yeah, if I look, if they want to see you around.
Ah, here's a bunch of wood. I guess this one gets restocked every day, maybe? Okay, we should actually now have enough wood for that other one, but I mean, it's fine. I won't go back there now. Yeah, 53. So yeah, we have enough to repair that dock if you want to. We haven't spoken to this guy yet, or that guy.
You all right, newbie? Have you been to see the refugees? I can't believe poor Cole was put in a cage. I don't see how it's all that complicated. An innocent man was sentenced to death, just because he wanted to protect himself and his wife. And Mahon's wound isn't even that deep. It's just one man's word against another. And Cole, an outsider, dependent on the mercy of our superiors. Oh, he didn't stand a chance of winning this. The refugees don't trust us, and it's no wonder. It shouldn't be like this. Frankly, I think Mahon brought it on himself. They shouldn't have put that poor man in a cage. Wait, if you meet Patrice again, please give her those flowers.
Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting, wasn't it? The certainty in Quartermaster Aymer's voice. Beautiful. Makes one eager to start work.
I don't think I've spoken to you before.
Huh? Ah, yes, of course. So, what do you need this time? The pass again? Are we planning a trip to the Stale Lamb? Hey, not this time, my friend. I've run out of ink. I'm waiting for a delivery. Steward Orla will let me know when more arrives. In the meantime, I need to ask you for a favor. So, you in? For the sake of our long friendship?
What are you talking about? I don't think I've ever spoken to you.
You do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand? Say you understand. Fantastic. So, here's the thing. On a recent night out at Wrongs, it seems I may have left some sensitive documents at the bar. Documents, with Captain Fergus' seal. But not necessarily sealed by him. You know what I mean. I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem. Splendid! When you have the documents, meet me at the third crowing of the rooster. Or just find me. I'll be around.
Another thing about this game that I really don't like, and this is something that was also present in the early access version of the game, is that you can only track one quest at a time. And that's really irritating, especially in a game like this where you obviously have, like, 50 quests at any one time. The fact that you can only track one at a time is incredibly inefficient. Okay, so how do I get down there? I don't think you can teleport just like that. Yeah, you need to actually be at a fast travel place. Maybe we can jump into the water. I don't think we're gonna make it down there without taking a lot of damage. Now, how the hell am I supposed to get up again? Okay, really, how am I supposed to get out of here then? Okay, I guess that works.
I'll fight till I die! You're in for a world of hurt! I'll teach you to respect me!
This bridge has a strong boss at the end of the bridge. Where are my bloody wolves? Fucking wolves are nowhere to be seen. I don't really think a minion like a summoning build in this game would be viable, simply because of the fact that the summoning AI is pretty bloody terrible, evidently.
No, you'll regret this! I will be your downfall! I'll get you back tenfold! I'll take you down with me! I'll get you back tenfold! Here's just a flick! Will they? Sure work! Be down.
What the holy hell was that? Oh, that's fantastic. My wolf pushed me down the cliff. Super fantastic. Okay. I also love it when they double dodge. They literally attack you, leap forward, and then leap forward again. And they seem to just do it randomly. It's like their ability, their leap forward attack ability, doesn't have a cooldown sometimes. So I don't see the boss yet, but there was a boss over there the last time that I was here. Yeah, there's the boss. I can see him on my map. Okay, that was a triple jump. Literally, that boss did a triple jump. So, never mind the double jump bullshit. They can sometimes do a triple jump. So, yeah, so much for dodging. You can only dodge twice. They can dodge 3 times. Yeah, this dodging that the enemies can do is complete BS. Like, they just run right up until they are in range, and then you're dead, because they can triple dodge, whereas you can only double dodge. Okay, so we already got this one, which actually, now that I think about it, this never happens. Taking lethal damage makes you invisible for 5 seconds, and instead of killing you, it can only happen once every 4 minutes. I don't think this has ever happened. I simply die when they hit me. I simply die. So I don't understand that. That's not working. That thing is definitely not working at all. So that's like wasted points right there. I don't understand why that would not be working at all. So let's see what else we would want to take, maybe. I see that my stream is starting to drop frames again for some reason. Instead of reconnecting, which I could do, I could definitely do it and hopefully reset it. That usually works, but I think it's in any way a relatively good point to stop for today. So yeah, I will stop here basically. There's actually a lot of enemies below the bridge as well, so we already obviously cleared everything above the bridge, but there's also a bunch of enemies below the bridge. You can see them over there on my mini-map. So we will start from here next time, and then we will kill everything below the bridge. There's probably at least 10 enemies down there. And this thing regenerates every now and then. So yeah, I think we're done for today. I'm just gonna save and log out on right here, and yeah, we will go on next time from here basically. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy the content and you want to see more, you can support me on patreon.com/LFP. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.